Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Juicy Talk.
Hey, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. So, this is a pre recorded show. We recorded this show on Monday, but you are viewing it today, which is Thanksgiving. And we're so glad that you're tuning in. And we hope you had an amazing turkey day, having fun with your family and friends, and enjoying one another and enjoying the holiday. We are somewhere eating.
I know, right?
We somewhere eating turkey, okay? All right, that's what we doing. And we are probably watching the show with you guys today. We definitely watching the show with you.
Absolutely.
And we stuffed.
Yeah,
okay?
I am.
Because I done had some dressing, macaroni and cheese. My mama's sweet potato pie,
I
y'all.
know, right?
Ooh,
Awesome.
hey. So I'm feeling fat right now. So I'm somewhere feeling fat.
I'm a little slow too, Ron. I'm a little swole up too.
So, but this is Monday, so we have an amazing show for you. We have a great show. We have some special guests in the studio today. Yes, which is always a vibe. We love when we have guests in the studio. So I am here with today's show is called Her Journey. Grieving mothers, helping grieving mothers. That's the name of today's show. And we have the founder, Miss D, of Her Journey Group. It's a support group for mothers who've lost their children. And it started in 2021. And from Miss D, she's the founder of this amazing organization. And she lost her son, Jeffrey. And she started this group in 2021. And she is the mother of 5 kids, 3 pup kids that she loves. You might see them when she joins the studio. And we also have Miss Sanella also, who was one of the first members of Her Journey support group. And she's here also in the studio to share her story after the loss of her son, Christian. And she is the mother of 3 kids and she got 5 grandbabies. She's been blessed with 5 grandbabies. And 2 of those babies are her son, Christian's babies. So we are going to join them to the stage right now. And we're really so happy for them to join us. Hello, welcome.
Hey.
Welcome. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for coming on today. Like, we really, truly appreciate it. We know, like, a lot of times during the holiday season, this is a hard time for a lot of people, especially with the loss of loved ones. And we appreciate your willingness to come on and talk to our audience today about grief. So I just want to say thank you so very much for being on today. It's an honor.
Yes, it is.
And we truly appreciate you.
I'm so happy that you're willing to share your story with us. We are so thankful for that.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. So I am excited to talk about how you started this group that is helping and changing lives and helping so many women in our community. And it's really one of the few groups that's out here that's really helping. Can you tell us a little bit about why you decided to start such an amazing support group for moms?
Yes, absolutely. So when I lost my son, Jeffrey, in July 2018, I immediately started looking for support groups because I literally felt like I was dying from the inside out. The loss of a child is a very different grief from any other type of loss because it's out of order. No mother ever expects to give birth to a child and then lose that child before she goes. We're all, as parents, we set up our lives for when we leave, not our children. So it's out of order, and it's just very, you would have to go through it to understand the ins, the outs, the ups and downs, because it changes your whole fabrication forever. When you lose a child, you cannot go back to the same person you were.
Never.
And some people in your life, it's hard for them to receive that. They don't understand that.
Yeah.
You know, they think it's like any other loss. With time, you would start to do better. You would start to get back to who you were. But you have to figure out a new normal. You have to figure out how to pick that loss up, how to integrate the relationship you have with your child now, which is a spiritual relationship, and move forward with your own life.
Yeah.
So,
Tough. I know it's tough. That's got to be tough.
You mentioned a spiritual relationship with your child. I think that is such a beautiful and eloquent way of stating that you still have a relationship, but it becomes a spiritual relationship. That's actually beautiful. I've never heard that. I've never heard that expressed in that manner. That's beautiful. Wow. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So there is no greater, stronger bond in this world besides Christ than a mother and her child. We carry these children, feed these children from our own natural beings. Yeah. We bring these children forward to life just with what the house God created within us. So it's going to always be an invisible umbilical cord attached to a mother and her child. There's no love greater. There's no love
no matter
greater.
how old or young they are.
That's right. So when your child crosses over, no matter how, they know in the physical world what they would do. In the spiritual world, they're limited to what they can do. I'm a person that believes in energy. I believe energy is all around us. We just don't acknowledge it. I heard a scientist say this in a speech before, for those who don't believe in energy. What do you think Wi-Fi is? You can't see it, but you can benefit from it. You know what I mean? Love is energy. You can't see it, but you can benefit from it.
You can feel it.
And so I know that my son is around me from time to time, not all the time. But I would pick up senses. For instance, I was riding in my car and I was crying because it does not matter how many years you get those moments and you never know when they're going to come. You don't know your triggers. Well, some of us do. We figure out what they are, even like silly triggers. You know what I mean? Like for me, my daughter, my youngest daughter, her boyfriend was helping me move and I had a total breakdown and everybody was wondering what's wrong. And I said, I wouldn't have needed him if my son was here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a reminder of this young man that's almost the same age, you know? So it was a trigger. But back to what I was saying, I was in the car and I was driving past his old high school. He was 20 when he passed away. So he had only been out of high school for about a year and a half. And my son put hot sauce on everything. Everything. So I'm riding down the street. I don't eat hot sauce. I don't like hot stuff. I get this strong whiff from nowhere. It wasn't there when I got in the car. So that's just a small, you know, but I've had many signs that my son's energy is here. They want to comfort us.
Yes.
They don't want to see us because it is the worst thing a woman can go through. The worst thing. There is no words. It's no words for how you feel after losing a child. So they use their abilities. They use their abilities to try and connect, to try to send signs. It's us sometimes that's so deep in grief that our awareness is not picking up what's around us.
Mm-hmm.
Signs that our children are trying to send us to comfort us.
Mm-hmm.
And our kids know us. Some of our kids won't send a sign because they know that'll freak my mama out. So they know us.
That's true.
When I hear the different stories of the moms in the group, of the ones that say, well, I think that was a sign. And I say, are you kind of a scary person? Oh, yeah, I'm real. Well, that's why you got that kind of sign. You know what I mean? So you have to figure out a way to get through life, especially if you got other children.
Yeah.
So what me and my children did, we integrate my son every way we can, no matter what we're doing. If we're traveling, we'll take his picture. We'll all his, you know what I'm saying? So we find a way to never forget him, to integrate him, and to keep a relationship going with him.
I think that's beautiful. I know.
Yeah.
When my brother, I've been very vocal about it's not the same, but my mom, she lost my brother who died, who was murdered. And my mom experienced that. And I'm a sibling of I lost my brother. And one of the things that really helped me in navigating through the process of that loss was having his picture around, so I think that's so crazy that you say that, because even when I got married, we had like a moment of silence, and then we had his picture out. That was something that was very important for, us to have his picture. Oh, so handsome. Oh, he's so handsome.
That's awesome.
Right here with mama.
That's awesome.
Right.
Thank you for sharing.
That was nice.
Thank you for sharing. Yes. So
I wish was at home. I would show you guys. Chris he's walking around with my face, as everybody used to say. But I'm at work.
Right. You
So
do have your face though. Yeah, your face.
So what do you do? We talked about the spiritual relationship that Dee has with her son. Nell, can I call you Nell?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So Nell, do you have a spiritual relationship with your son, and how do you manage and keeping your son's memory alive?
I do. And it's the same for my children and his children.
Yes.
We were all musically inclined. We love to sing. We love to make beats. My son was in the studio a lot. He wrote music, he sang, he rapped, he did it all. So music would be our thing. There were certain songs that Chris, in fact, he has his own songs he had written. Wow. And he recorded in the studio. So we would play those songs on road trips. When we all get together during holidays, birthdays, we still celebrate his birthday and he is still here he's in a spiritual place, but he's in our hearts. Absolutely. And so we all have our moments. The children, they have their moments where they can remember the last time, the last moment they had with him and things like that. And so we all have an open book when it comes to sharing Chris, his dad, his stepdad, his TT, the whole family. We all get together and just have a Chris day, which would have been his birthday, the holidays. He was big on holidays and stuff like that. So yes, I agree with Ms. D when she says there's a spiritual. And when I say pictures of my baby's face is posted everywhere. Everywhere. When you come in my house, the first face you see, he's welcoming you in the door. And that would have been his spirit. That was his energy. He was so high energy. He was 6'5", 240 pounds. So he was a gentle giant, and he loved people. He loved family. He loved being around family. He was a protector. So that is how and he was goofy. Oh my God, was he goofy. So jokes and different songs. He would, how Jamie Foxx would make up jingles.
Yes.
That's how Chris would. He was a jingler. He would
That
make
is
a
so funny. That is
yeah.
so funny.
So there's always a way where we celebrate him.
That's
How
awesome.
important is memories when
Oh my
you're grieving?
God.
You good now?
Top priority.
Mm.
Top priority. Pictures. Pictures are a trigger, and I wouldn't call. Well, yeah, I would. Triggers, and it would be pictures and music would always take me back to a moment,
Mm-hmm.
whether they were children, whether there was a moment when we were all together, a holiday, a sad moment. It would always be a picture or music, something that always take me back.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Yeah, just but mainly pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And I took a whole lot of pictures. I
Now,
mean, whole
and
lot.
I kind of know you from way back now. I know your grandson looks like your son.
Oh my
How
God, yes.
how do you like navigate through that? Like by him looking so much like your son.
And having his personality too,
Yeah,
must I
yeah,
add?
yeah.
It definitely reminds me and tells me and reassures me that God he knew that I would be messed up, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, they say God has a sense of humor. Well, he truly does, because certain little things that, there are things that you remember as a mom that happened with your
Mm-hmm.
child growing up, but certain little things Noah will do. And I'd be like, wait a minute, this is a deja vu. It happens all the time.
I'm
Wow.
sure.
Like,
I'm sure.
he'll say certain things or he'll react a certain way. He has the nerve to have a temper just like his dad. So he'll just, go off, and I'll be like, oh my God, okay, Chris. All right, Chris, what you trying to tell me? You know.
Right.
And then his daughter, Christian, who has his namesake, the same way. Like, she sings all the time. She really doesn't fuss
Mm-hmm.
that much, but she's definitely a singer. So it's just like certain little things that they say or tempers and I just feel like, okay, so this is another opportunity for me to see, to go through this again, as if it's just like a deja vu.
I know.
I'm
I'm
doing this
sure.
all over again.
I'm
I
sure.
know
Yeah.
with my brother, I know that he had favorite songs that was
Uh-huh.
like I remember like the last song that I heard him sing, and that song is always significant for me because
Hmm.
we are a musical family too. Like everybody
Yeah.
in everybody in my family sings, and we all get together during that. When we get together during the holidays, we doing karaoke. Somebody
Yes.
gonna grab a mic and start singing, right?
Uh-huh.
So what and so this particular song, it was so crazy. My daughter was singing this song that like it's an old school song, right? That my brother would sing, like it was his favorite song. That song, I want money, lots and lots of money. Right, that was his
Okay.
like favorite
I
song. I
want the
wanna
pie in the
be rich.
sky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
be rich. That was his song, right?
Uh-huh.
And my daughter was in the car singing that one day, and I'm like,
How
she's,
much you know about this?
I'm like,
Right.
where did you? I like instantly was like, where did you get this stuff from? Who told you about it? How do you know? You know? And she just was saying like, oh, it was on TikTok, and I like it, you know.
Oh
And
wow.
so it was just
Wow.
wow. And we played it
Yeah.
on there, and I told her the significance of it, and it's just like so. Anytime we hear that song, we like get
That's
super
y'all.
happy. That's
Yeah.
our thing, you know. And I know memories play such a big part, like for a long time, like, you know, it was very hard for my parents who were married at the time that my brother passed. It was hard for them to navigate and stay in a relationship. I wanted to ask a question like, I don't know if you guys were in relationships or you were married at the passing of your child, how did it affect your family unit and like just your relationship? If you don't mind sharing.
I want to go back to something.
Okay.
Okay.
The memories.
Mhm.
So with her journey, we are truly, genuinely big on memories. We
Mhm.
actually have I call it our own holiday, and we do it annually. It's called Never Forgotten. We do this at the end of July every year because July is Bereaved Parents Month. It's
Okay.
a national thing. It's Bereaved
Mm.
Parents Month in July. So at the end of July, we have our Never Forgotten event. At our Never Forgotten event, I put together videos of our children,
Mhm.
of each member's child, with music and sayings, and it's to be enlightening, like upbeat, lift us up,
Mhm.
And I always do a gift that, you know, um, just complements that. This
Yes,
past July,
beautiful.
this past July, um, our kids were butterflies.
Mm.
Had smaller
Beautiful.
kids. We had smaller kids from
Mm.
Parkway Dance Studio in Middleburg Heights. Bless them because they always perform. They outperform for us. It's
Wow.
a tribute. They just do it out of service, just out of service, and they
Mm.
do such an amazing.
When I say beautiful, oh my God. First of all, I love children. And to see children dance and do their thing, I bawl every time. I just bawled. And then to see the babe, all the children on these butterfly wings, oh, it was just so beautiful. We have to share with you guys the video of it. I'm telling you, it was beautiful.
So, D, is this a nonprofit organization? Is it a 401, or just give
It
us a
is.
little bit of?
It is a nonprofit organization. And to be honest with you, it was put on me pretty early after losing my son, but I couldn't do what I was feeling led to do at the time because I was in darkness, I was
Mm,
Mhm.
crying
Mhm.
every day, several times a day, and I just could not see how I could help somebody else in the condition that I was in.
mhm,
But what I come to know is God wasn't leading me to help. He was leading me to provide a platform for
mhm,
women,
Mhm.
period.
Mm.
Because this
Mhm.
is it's such a unique grief that unless you're a grieving mother, you won't understand.
Yeah.
mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
You won't understand. It's I don't know, I'm getting lost for words, but
It's
Mm-mm.
okay.
Take
You're
your
doing
time.
fine.
You're
You're
You
doing
doing
really
among you
good. You're
fine.
doing
amongst
I,
you
awesome.
amongst friends, girl.
Yeah, you're doing just
always
fine, sis.
thank you. My members always tell me because even when I'm having a moment, I try to, so that I could do the meetings, and they're like, "Hey, you're one of us. Why are you don't
Right.
Right.
It's
Mhm.
let it
okay.
go?"
You don't
So
have you don't have to put on no face for us.
I know.
Mhm.
No.
So,
You're in a safe spot, just like you
mhm.
create a safe spot for us.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
speaking, that is beautiful. And
It is.
speaking of safe spot, um now being one of like the first members of the group, I want you to kind of just talk about how being a part of this group and having this group, how it has impacted your grieving process and
And
helped you.
also, how did y'all kind of get together? How did y'all meet? I mean, how did y'all actually come together? Either one could answer that question.
You want me to
You
go?
want to go? Go ahead.
I'll go. I'll go.
Okay.
So, when I started it, I when I decided I was going to, listen to my creator, I said, okay, I'll do it, but I know I'm not supposed to do it by myself. So, I prayed and prayed, and I asked God to reveal who was supposed to, help me provide this service that I know that was much needed in our community or just in our society. Um,
Yeah.
that to carry this, help me carry this because I just knew I wasn't supposed to do it myself. So I was a part of other grief groups and that was one of the things, I know you asked me earlier, what led me to to start this. A grieving mother going to other grief groups, it may work for some, depending, but it's nothing like being in a room with nothing but grieving mothers, because the grief is different. When you lose a father or an aunt or a cousin or a grandma, the grief is different. And sometimes in those meetings, I walked away with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I would explain to them how I was feeling, and they would say stuff they didn't even understand was inappropriate. It was so inappropriate. Like when a mother loses a child, you can't tell her, get over it. You know what I'm saying? Another young lady in my group that lost her son, he worked on a project in Texas, and he had an accident. They couldn't figure out what happened. He was just ejected from the car. So I guess they just couldn't figure it out. So when she went back, hoping to have new information, they told her, they said, we closed the case. It's nothing we can do. Let it go. Take whatever you think came to mind. That's what happened.
That's terrible. That's horrible.
Exactly. So
very insensitive.
Very, very. So, I knew that only another grieving mother. So that's what led me to start this for grieving mothers. Now, I have a co-founder. Her name is Dion. And I think Nell and Dion had a relationship through cosmetics. She did her hair and nail. What you do, her hair?
I did her hair.
Yeah. And she was fresh. Nell was fresh. And I remember the day you called me, Nell. I was getting ready to go in Target. And I sat in that parking lot talking to you. And we talked for a while. And I just was like, oh my God, I was where you were. And you kind of close up, because if you tell the wrong person, if you talk about it to the wrong person, sometimes they push you back further, or they kick you down more just by they don't even know. You know what I'm saying? They think they're helping. I would tell you, I'm a Christian. I'm a Christ follower. One of the statements I got so tired of people saying, and Nell, you know what I'm about to say, because I go to church. Oh, it was his time. God said it was his time. How do you tell a mother that when it was an accident?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe it was. I'm not saying, but when a mother is fresh in that grief, you think she wants somebody telling her?
Nobody wants to hear that.
Exactly. But that's what people would say. So, they wouldn't even. It's harmless in their eyes. They don't know, because maybe they never been in that. They never lost a child, so they don't know what's appropriate and inappropriate.
Or they would say, I don't even know how to approach you. People would. I would find people wouldn't know what to say to me, or they didn't know how to talk to me or communicate with me anymore. And so they would shut down. And then I'm like, okay, well, I would get that a lot too.
Yeah.
So how has this group now, how has being a part of her journey support group helped you through your grieving process? And I know that grief, I want to say that there is no time frame for grief.
Yes.
Because I think people have, I know you touched on, people saying, get over it. There's no time frame for grief. This is not something that you get over. When you experience a loss, that's not something that you can get over. And I think that's like probably one of the most, there's a lot of insensitive things people say, but
all the time.
For me, that's probably the worst.
Yeah.
Because people want to put you in a box and give you a time frame or
That's right.
how you should grieve, or it's been such and such time, you should be getting back to the swing of things. No. And so if just anybody watching, like,
there's no
take your
time.
time. There's no time frame. Right. I'm sorry, Neil.
No, you're fine. How has her journey helped me during my grieving? I want to say I am a believer. I have always been a believer of Christ. And, I understand absent from the body, present with the Lord, all of that stuff. But like piggybacking off of what Ms. D said, losing a child is sometimes it's hard for me to talk about it, and sometimes I'm okay with talking about it. But this here, joining in with these women that have lost their children, has made me so much stronger than I thought I was. Like I said, I still have my time. Excuse me, I'm choking up a little bit now.
You're okay. Take your time.
I still have my times now that I find it very difficult, because one thing, they said that there's 5 stages of grief. And when you're a mother, you always, the first thing is to protect your children. I don't care how young, how old, how independent, how, whatever the situation is. So you go through a period of guilt because you're not able to be there to protect them from what you're used to protecting them from, or whatever the case may be.
Yes.
And so it has taught me, and I've met so many women, so many different types of situations, it doesn't matter. They lost their children. And so we laugh, we cry, we let it out. We learn how to be strong with each other, from each other. And so I just say that I'm grateful because I have been around a lot of people who have lost children, and when I had my children, I couldn't talk to them or couldn't console them. Now I'm in a situation whereas when there's other people who lose their children, now they're after me. I'm able to tell, you know what I'm saying? I'm able to be that ear and tell them that I actually understand. And so it's not easy. It hurts, and it's just one of those things, like you said, you never get over. But I just try to learn from it, and then I'm not only that, but I have to support my family who are grieving on their level, and then the children, and then and then the mothers, of the children. So it's a lot. And then, their father, stepdad and their father, and they deal with it, they have a different way of dealing with it.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a never ending journey. And I'm just grateful that Dion, my friend Dion, my friend's sister, and Miss D come together and said, you know what, you can be a part of this, and just to help other mothers, because like I said, it's we support each other. It's a lot, y'all.
Now, with the organization that you have, Ms. D, how often do y'all meet? Once a week, twice a week? How does it? Once a month? Okay.
Once a month.
Is there a particular day, like every?
Yeah, really good questions. Absolutely. So we meet out at Middleburg Heights. Okay. There's a location there that we have our monthly meetings. Our monthly meetings alternate between the last Thursday of every month. Thursday is an evening meeting at 7. And then we alternate with Saturday. So Thursday, Saturday, but Saturday is a morning meeting at 11. So this month we have a meeting coming up this Saturday It's always the last Thursday or the last Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be the 30th at 11 in Middleburg.
So let me ask you this, Ms.
Do you have the address?
Yeah.
You mind sharing the address?
No, not at all. It's 15280 Bagley Road. We're right next to Heinen's in Middleburg Heights.
Thank you.
I just had a question. Do you have Caucasians that reach out to you and say, you know what, I have a situation where I lost my son, people of the opposite color, perhaps? Or is it mainly African American?
Oh no, our group is very diverse. Very
Okay.
diverse. We have all nationalities in our group.
Okay.
All nationalities in our group. There is no, it's
no color barrier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we support, bond, and encourage each other like no other. Like no other. And I wanted to say, I know you didn't ask me how I benefit from the group, but I benefit from the group too. Like I said, I was called to provide a platform. I was, used as a vessel, but I'm supposed to get something from it too, which I do.
Okay.
And I also title the meetings. And a lot of times I title the meetings based on stuff I might need to talk about too.
For example,
we had a meeting called, I named it Signs, because sometimes as a grieving mother, that connection again, child and a mother, your child trying to connect with you, to comfort you. And it feels crazy. It feels like nobody's going to believe me if I tell them this. So you have a support group of mothers that are experiencing very similar, or if not the same things. It just solidifies what a lot of people just won't even believe. But it's okay. In this community, we know we ain't crazy.
And you believe.
That's right. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean now? So it's it's very, I tell you, it's things that I wouldn't believe if somebody told me. Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Share some of those things with you, Michelle.
Yes.
It's things that I wouldn't even repeat them, because people would be like, put her in a crazy house. But when you got a platform of women that's like, oh my God, you experienced, let me tell you what I experienced. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's so
real. It's real.
Yes.
So let me ask you this also. Like, do you have a lot of people that come up with it where they have a loss of their daughters in the group?
We have it's majority sons.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
That is.
I don't know if it's irony or what, but we were talking about that. It was like, oh wow, everybody lost their son.
Yeah, we have about maybe 3 or 4 members that lost daughters.
Okay.
And I'm talking about out of 100. I think we're up to 100. It's maybe it's no more than 5. I can tell you that. No more than 5 mothers that lost daughters in our group.
I was just curious.
That's interesting. Wow, that's a lot.
I tip my hat to both of you, both you ladies. The transparency that you've given us tonight. I'm just overwhelmed with the information that you gave me tonight. I feel for both of you ladies.
I have a question. So if do you guys take donations? If someone wanted to donate, what are some of the things that you guys are in need of?
So what we just put together a fundraising group. We have our first holiday dinner in Yep.
I would love to be a part of that. The next one,
Yeah.
I would love to be
Did
part
you
of
guys
that.
already have it?
I would love to be a part of
So
that.
it's going to be December 14th.
Okay.
Okay.
6:30 to 9:30 at the address I gave you, 15280 Bagley Road, Middleburg Heights,
Okay.
Ohio.
Mhm.
It's $10. It's only $10, but we'll take more than 10. But it's $10,
Uh-huh.
and it comes with dinner, dancing, karaoke, games.
Okay.
Just the
We
opportunity.
always have so much fun. We
We
have
do.
so much fun.
It's an opportunity to fellowship and try and get outside of our grief, because holidays are the worst.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yes.
And what are some of the tips, if there are any, that you would give someone who may be experiencing a holiday without their child for the first time?
I'm going to tell you the most important tip ever. Don't feel obligated to go anywhere. Everybody
Mhm.
want to get together, celebrate. If you're not feeling up to doing it, it's okay to say no.
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's okay to say no.
Yeah, give
People
yourself some
try
time.
keep
Mhm.
you. They want you to be the person that they remember.
Mm.
A lot of, like, every mother,
That's
every
so true.
That
mother in
is.
our group will contest to not being the
Yep.
same person
Yep.
after losing their child.
Oh, I'm sure.
That is
So
so true.
that is my most important. If you don't want to go, just say, "Hey, I don't want to go."
Mhm.
Mhm.
Thank you for that. I think that's very important.
Mhm.
How can you be the same? How can you? I can't even be expected. Life is not the same,
Mhm.
No, it's not. Even if you try to pretend or just try to fake it, it's like, okay, it's just not the same.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
But the thing
So,
is, we have grief, we do, and we hurt and we're sad. We just try not to stay there. And this is another reason why Miss D had, brings us together so we can have fun, we can laugh. We'll cry for a moment, but we don't stay there.
yeah,
We laugh and we think about great memories, the pictures, the videos, all that stuff for me is healing. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Because it's just like the person is still there, even though in
Mhm.
reality we know they're not. But that's okay. That's our moment. We sharing that. We're enjoying that, and the kids get to enjoy it. Our family members, our loved ones get to enjoy it, and so that for me is okay. Like a lot of people say, I don't like the videos. It just brings me sad. No, not for me. Not for me.
Mhm.
yeah. Is
Those
there
are
any cost associated with, like, if someone wanted to come to a support group, I mean, come to, her journey,
Mhm.
is there like a cost associated with it? Or do you guys take donations, or it's completely free?
It is completely open to any mother that has lost her child.
Mhm.
Completely open. We do take donations,
Mhm.
but there is no cost to come to a meeting, to come to an event, to come
Mhm.
to, any type of support or, thing that we're doing where we are all bonding together. The
Mhm.
Mhm.
only thing that I ask is that the mother get in touch with Dion or myself first, so
Mhm.
that we have some inclination of a new person coming to the meeting.
Mhm.
And how would you
Mhm.
like to be contacted?
Our phone number, we're on Google too, under her journey, but 216, let me give you another number, 440
Okay.
941
941
6787.
6787.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to put that up.
And let me give you our email. Our email is exactly the name of our group, Her Journey Group @gmail.com.
Okay, and we'll have that information up too after the show.
Mhm.
And I just think that it's such a beautiful thing that you guys are doing.
Mm-hmm.
And you were saying, I want you to tell us a little bit more about the fundraiser.
Yes. So with the we try to create fun events. We just don't want people to pour into our group. We want to provide something where we're giving back something, or providing an event, or some type of service where people would want to donate, you know? So we do sip and paints.
I'm sorry.
We have a venue out. It's a kids venue. So we are looking to do like family day, where parents and kids come out and, paint together, play together, those kind of things. And the money we collect from those events will, go into our fundraiser. So our fundraiser is for the moms, the members in the group. What we would like to do is to try to support one another with continuing to get outside of our grief. And a lot of times that's finding things to do outside of the meetings. If a mom needs therapy, counseling, and she doesn't have the resources to get that, we definitely want to be able to provide a fund where she can get some type of professional help outside of the meetings, if that's something that she would like to do. So the fundraising, it's still new. We just started it. We just started our fundraising group. Like I said, our first, this would be our second, right? We did the sip and paint.
So this would be the second one.
So this would be the second one, our Christmas, well, I'm not going to say Christmas, our holiday dinner.
Yes. I'm really excited. I definitely am going to be at your event.
Yeah, me too. I would definitely
We're definitely
showing
up. Juicy Talk will definitely be in the building on December 14th at 6:30 p.m. And I'm going to bring a friend. I have a friend who lost a child, and I think that I'm going to see if she would like to come. No obligation to her, of course, but I'm going to see if she would like to be a part of it, because I think that she may enjoy it. And, the work that you guys are doing it's just something you can't even it's priceless. It's priceless. And, the thing about women that always just, I don't even have the words, but the thing about a mom and just women, how much we are always trying to help others, even in the midst of going through, we don't stop. We don't get the opportunity to really stop being all that we have to be and all that we need to be for everybody that we love. And I am so in awe of you two ladies and your strength and your resilience through like you said, the worst thing that could ever happen to a woman. And you guys are so beautiful and so amazing.
Thank
you. And I mean, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome.
And you're awesome too.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
I just wanted to add that thank you for that.
You're so very welcome.
What we do is priceless, but what we do cannot even begin to reach people without people like you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
What you do to be able to introduce that there is something like this just for mothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. When around this time, even like I said before, I shared about the loss of my brother and watching my mom go through what she went through and her journey that she had to go through, and watching her still be the matriarch of our family and watching her not give up when I know as a mom she wanted to. I know she did. And she did not have the luxury of a support group. She didn't have that. And I share with you, Ms. D, about just around the holiday time is like the worst time for someone who has lost a child, because no matter how you get together with family, it's never complete. Right. It's just not, because there's somebody missing that's supposed to be there, and that is not something that, for a long time, and I'm a sibling, but for a long time, my family, we did not get together on holidays because it was too hard. We didn't talk about my brother. We just, nobody could, because we were all grieving so separately. And just having that place. And I talked about my own journey of going to counseling and, what I went through. And people know I've been very transparent about that. But I just, this is the hardest time. And it was just so important to me to get this message out so that anybody that's out there that's watching, who this is your first holiday or your 34th holiday, that you just know that you're not alone, and that there are people out there that can support and be there for you, who understand the journey that you are going through. So, and that's why this is so important to me and so important to us. And any way that we can support and be a help, and we are here.
Thank you.
We are here. We are.
Thank you so much.
And I definitely want you guys to come back on and do a live show so that we can have people call in, because I know that it's people that want to talk to you guys and reach out and have questions and things that they want to share. And so if you guys are willing, and I know it's some men out there, I would like for you to have, your your father, your husbands, uncles, like to just come on and talk about, their experience of grief, because I know it's men out here that are going through the same thing. And I would love for you guys to come on again and for us to have a live show and for us to talk about, grief.
So I want to, not to cut you off, but real quick, how do you kind of to explain to your children about the grief that you're going through with your missing of your son? How do you like sit down and talk to them about that?
That's a good question.
Either one can answer the question.
Well, for me, I don't know. There was no sit down.
Oh,
my kids were all grown. I don't have small kids. My kids are all grown.
Okay.
And we were all together. We were all together. And it was just really, I think my kids pushed their own grief aside to try and be supportive for me.
Yeah. I can say the same thing. We all grieved together. We were always together. We're always together.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yes. And that helps. That helps. But they have their time. They have their individual time, and just like us,
Yeah.
So, it helps.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So we have a fundraiser coming up December 14th. at 15280 Bagley Road. And that's next to Heinen's. That's in Middleburg Heights. So if you are out there and you are a corporation, 6:30 p.m.
6:30, okay.
If you are a corporation or a big organization and you want to donate or partner with Her Journey, I am asking on behalf of Miss D.
Me too.
And Miss Dion and all the members of Her Journey that you reach out to Miss D. The number is at the bottom of the screen. Also, if you are a mom and you have experienced loss, come out to the support group. The next one is on Saturday, November 30th at 11 a.m. That's the morning support group. And that is again 152. Who is that? Who is that?
Both of them.
That was both of them.
They're like, enough is enough now, Ma.
Right.
You know, I do have one more.
I want to just say the address. That's 15280 Bagley Road in Middleburg Heights.
I just got one more question. You guys don't have to answer this question, but I know one of the biggest things that happened was Trayvon Rice incident at the park. Have you worked with his mom before, or does she know about your group? Or
I sent her a message on Facebook. I never got a response.
Oh,
I wanted her to come to my first Never Forgotten, and I never got a response from her. I don't know if she got it. I mean, I didn't, but I did. I reached out to her. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Well, we don't know. Maybe it'll reach out. I hope that this really grows. I think that what you guys are doing is amazing work.
It is.
And we know, like in this city, it's so many. This is a club that a lot of people are a part of, but nobody wants to be a part of.
That's what we always
say that.
Yeah.
And
goodness.
I know that it's a lot of people that could benefit from it in the city of Cleveland. And so this is Middleburg. This is in the Cleveland area.
Yeah, I understand that.
That's right.
And I just want to thank you guys so much for coming on. I cannot wait to see you guys in person on December 14th.
I will be there.
Yay.
I will be there. And what is the theme this year for this? Is just a holiday party, right?
Yes, I do have
fundraiser.
It is a limited capacity.
Okay.
The way we
Get
are
there early.
I know, right? Well, the way we are having keeping count and having people that potentially want to come out is prepay, and you prepay through our Zelle. So our Zelle is our email, herjourneygroup@gmail.com.
Her Journey Group.
Yeah, and we ask that you Zelle the $10 and the name.
Okay.
And the name for, the guest that's coming.
It sounds amazing. And I will be, soon as we finish up here, I will be sending my $10.
You get my $10?
I got your $10 too. And I will
I want to give more. I want to give more.
And I really do too. I really want to give more. So
incredible.
I'm excited. I thank you guys so much for taking time out to share your story, to share your journey with our audience on this beautiful Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
And so I hope you guys enjoy time with family, and I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Thank you so much for allowing me to share this.
God bless you. And thank you guys
thank you
so much. You guys are amazing.
Yes.
I'm going to end the show, but I want you guys to stay backstage, so don't leave, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Wow, this was a wonderful show.
It was.
It was very informational. We had a lot of amazing things going on. I'm just really appreciative for the time we had. I can't wait.
I'm definitely going.
December 14th, 6:30 p.m. 15280 Bagley Road. I want, even if you can't come, but you want to support the journey, go to the Zelle, herjourneygroup@gmail.com. Definitely go on give your $10, give your donation to this wonderful support group. And it is an amazing thing. I'm excited to see what comes and what is, I know it's so much more to come. So I'm really excited about it. And I'm just really excited about supporting this cause. Thank you, Miss D. Thank you again. Her Journey group and Sanella. I just appreciate you guys so much. What an amazing impact you are making in our community, and what an amazing impact on this world that you guys are doing. It's awesome work you're doing here in the city of Cleveland, Ohio. Thank you again. Thank you for our audience for tuning in with us, always being a support. If you have not already, please go like and subscribe to Juicy Talk at YouTube. On YouTube, Juicy Talk on YouTube. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
And we'll be back live next December 5th.
December 5th, I believe.
We'll
it's December 5th.
Yes, we'll be live again.
The first Thursday after Thanksgiving and the first Thursday of December. We thank you so much.
Peace.
Peace.